Welcome to CPAP Comfort Covers. If you use a CPAP machine, you know how the mask against your face can create red pressure marks and soreness. You may also experience air leaks, which are annoying and can interfere with your sleep therapy. Sometimes the answer is as easy as changing mask style, but many times using a CPAP comfort cover will answer the problems. You'll see how the comfort cover is a soft absorbent material that creates a barrier between the silicone cushion of the mask and your skin. Let me show you how this works. Once you get your covers, they will come in a package that looks like this. The package will include a set of instructions and 2 comfort covers. Take one of the comfort covers and you'll see that it has an elastic band. This is latex free and this is how it stays attached to your mask. One of the first things you want to do is look for a colored dot that is sewn into the elastic. Because of the gathers, you might have to kind of walk around until you find it, but it looks like this. This one is green, your size may be a different color, it doesn't make any difference. This colored dot goes onto the mask at the point where the mask would be on the bridge of your nose. Put the colored dot at that point on the mask and then simply stretch the cover over the rest of the edge of the mask. Once you've got it on, you will want to kind of walk around, make sure that the elastic is not bunched and that it is all in place. And there you are. Before I go any further, I want to point out that there are a few large masks that have a small plastic tab that they use to hold it together. On those, you will want to take the elastic in the cover and put it over the tab to help hold that in place, just like that. Now you'll notice that in the center of this, where you have a hole, this is where you're going to breathe, but it's not a very big hole. The comfort cover is designed for different size and shapes of masks. So what you will need to do is enlarge the hole in order to accommodate your mask and your needs. Let me show you how that's done. What you'll need is a good pair of scissors. You're going to be trimming away the fabric around the hole. This isn't hard as long as you take your time. Now you say, how do I know how much to trim away? Well, here's a hint. Bigger masks like this, if you take the equipment and look to the hole where the air hose attaches, you can actually see in there where the edge of the silicone cushion is and where the edge of the hole is. All of the fabric in between is what you can trim away. Remember that the goal is that you want a hole large enough for you to breathe easily, but you also want to be sure that fabric is always between any place of the silicone cushion and your skin. There are probably several ways that you can cut that hole. I'm going to show you 2 of them. You can do it whichever way works best for you. The first one I'm going to show you matches what we've given you in the instructions that came with your package. When you're looking into either the side of the mask where the air hole is, or from the other side, you're going to make a series of cuts, little slits that go from the center of the hole out in an array. Once you have made those cuts, you take your cover off of your mask, and then you're going to connect the dots. You cut starting at the end of the first slit, cut to the end of the next slit, and so on all the way around. Once you've done that, you have a larger hole. At this point, I would suggest that you match up your dot and put your cover back on and then test it. Hold the mask up to your face and see if it's comfortable, because you may need to trim a little more, you may need to tweak it. So now's the time to do it. The second way to cut your cover is to basically eyeball it and freehand it. When it's on the mask, if you want to just cut it, you can do so. Just be sure you're careful about not cutting away part of your silicone cushion. Here's something to be aware of though. If you're going to cut it without it being on your mask, you need to just do a small cut to begin with. And here's the reason. When you put this comfort cover onto the mask, it stretches like this, and the hole stretches also. So if you just come in and say, oh, this is the size hole I need, and cut it, and then when it stretches, it may be too big, and you have an area where the silicone still touches your face. So there are some things I want to remind you. The first is start small. You can always cut away more material, but you can't make that hole smaller. The second is, if when you're cutting you happen to nick that cushion with the points of your scissors, don't panic, it will be fine, your mask will still work fine. The third is that we provided a hole that is round, but your hole doesn't have to be round. You can cut it oblong or in whatever shape that works for you. And lastly, don't worry you're not being graded on neatness. If your hole ends up with irregular edges or it's not symmetrical, that's fine. As long as it is comfortable for you, you will have succeeded. There will be many times when you will be removing the comfort cover from the mask, when you clean your mask or when you launder the comfort cover. The comfort cover can be laundered and reused over and over. The idea is whenever you get ready to put it back on the mask though, always remember to line up your colored dot. The reason for that is that you can always be sure then that the hole that you've cut is in proper alignment. Here's another hint for you. Even when your mask feels very comfortable, you have to keep the straps tightened in order to reduce air leaks. You might consider sitting in your comfortable chair with your CPAP machine next to you. Put on the covered mask, turn on the machine, and then adjust the straps and the mask until you find out what works best for you. Now that you know how the comfort covers work, we hope you'll be using one every night. Thank you for watching our video, and remember, when it comes to comfort, we've got you covered.